Hey Rogue Nation, it's Chip and Ashley here with this week's episode of While You Were Working Live.
Happy Thanksgiving week. The hustle and bustle of the holiday season is officially started, which also means our weeks at work are a little shorter. Who can really hate on that? That also means it's a little tougher to take a few minutes and pause and read through all the articles and news that have been happening this week. So we have done that for you, and we're bringing you the topics we think are most important.
And we do hope you'll stay with us because this week we've got 3 exciting articles. The first one actually talks about marketing trends that every marketer should be thankful for. Forrester came out with its 2018 predictions, and there are a few turkeys in there. And there's some recent research that combines how gratitude and just attitude of service actually leads to customer loyalty.
That makes sense. And as marketing trends come and go pretty quickly, it's nice to sit back and think about the ones that we should still be thankful for.
You know, it is really hard to keep up with all the trends in the digital evolution. One of my favorite articles that I had the opportunity to read this week actually came from Mobile Market Watch, and they talked about the 5 things that marketers should be extremely thankful for.
What made the list?
Well, we don't always think about it this way, but the idea that smartphones actually increase relevancy. The idea that 2 fierce competitors in the advertising space have actually given us a lot better performance and targeting tools. And the idea that Google's algorithm, we kind of all hate Google's algorithm, except that it actually makes us better marketers.
Right, and it's a nice way to think about things a little differently because we always think of all the different devices and the different platforms as constraints, but really they are advantages to marketers.
That's exactly right. When Google says that they're going to give preference to in-depth content or rich media, and then we actually do those things, we actually become more relevant marketers. When you think about that every adult in the United States over the age of 18, well, nearly every adult, has a smartphone in their pocket that's always on, that's connected to the internet, that's connected to a credit card, that's connected to your app, perhaps. That's a targeter's dream. And then speaking of a targeter's dream, the idea that Facebook and Google own 63% of the digital advertising spend.
Really?
And they are the ones developing these tools that make us better targeters. That's incredible.
That is incredible. And it's really a marketer's dream to know that your customer has you in their back pocket and they could purchase your product at the click of a button. That's what we've all been wanting for years and years, even before my career started.
That's exactly true. We were actually talking about how often things change, and, there's a lot of things that the market is actually saying. There's a lot of things that are on the horizons because Forrester came out with its 2018 predictions this week, and you probably won't be surprised to learn that there's a lot in there about data. Data, kind of like a broken record. One of the things that Forrester was less than optimistic about, though, was how companies, about 80% of companies, are going to treat that data and protect that data. And that really matters for marketers like us because we rely so much on data and the protection of it. But, there were some other turkeys in that particular prediction as well. So we talk a lot about artificial intelligence and blockchain here at Rogue, on this program even, and Forrester was quick to talk about how this was actually going to those things were going to play a significant role in 2018.
Makes sense.
But they were just as quick to talk about how 75% of the projects that we do in artificial intelligence and blockchain are going to produce underwhelming results.
It's a nice reminder that there's always good and bad with these new technologies, and it's a cautionary tale of just reminding marketers not to oversell it to their clients or to overtest it with budgets.
Yeah, as I was reading this, I was kind of thinking about the idea that the road to success is often paved with a lot of underwhelming results, right?
That's happened.
And technology is often thought of as this really cool silver, shiny toy and this magic bullet that's going to solve all the world's problems. And I loved how this article really just said, you need to temper that down a little bit. Let's think about what these technologies were developed for, and let's just remember that technologies are great when they're used for the right things.
Right, and I think oftentimes with the new technologies, we forget that they're developed for specific things, and so technology and all the innovations in the field are so exciting, and I'm grateful for that this Thanksgiving.
I know, and it's so great. Thanksgiving is such a great time. It's the one time of year where you can really sit back and nothing else matters except just, thinking about what you're grateful for.
And the turkey.
And the turkey, that's true. Well, you probably wouldn't be surprised to learn that there is some new research out there that talks about how if you are willing to serve and you are courteous and have some, just courtesy, just a little bit of courtesy, how it goes such a long way in building customer loyalty.
That makes total sense to me. I mean, I have a company that gives me great customer service. I am definitely more apt to be loyal to them.
Oh yeah, you would. This article speaks right to that. The idea that I guess like 94% of B2B customers say that they're loyal to about 2, maybe 3 companies, even though they work with a vast majority more. And the idea that if you are one of those companies that they're loyal to, the fact that most of your emails get read, or the idea that that they just pay attention to you, that is something that you can't buy. And what's really exciting about all of this is the idea that it doesn't take a whole lot to be that important to the company.
Yeah.
They said,
advantage.
Yeah, they said it was really simple stuff. It was like just being responsive, just being courteous. And it was things like, can you bring me some sort of market intelligence that I didn't know about, or something internal? Can you tell me something about myself that I didn't know? And those were some pretty simple things to do to earn customer loyalty.
It is simple, but also so very important. Well, we hope that you guys got some good insights out of this week, and with all of that, we have a challenge for you, Rogue Nation.
That's right. Look at those things that you would consider to be a constraint, and think about how those things might actually be an advantage for you. And then how can you go just one step further for your customer? Just look for that little piece of intelligence, maybe something you even heard on while you were working, and just share that with your customer and see if it wouldn't spawn some extra customer loyalty for you.
Great. Well, thank you guys for joining us this week on While You're Working Live. We hope you'll join us next week, and you can, as always, find all the links to the articles we talked about today over on the blog, and we will see you next week. Have a great Thanksgiving.
That's right. See you next time.